if I draw the lines on here, so the red line, as we said, is basically your shaft line, sort of goes through the shaft there to the midriff, and then the green line in these cases is going to be the sort of swing plane line. The left-hand one, as you went back, very, very steep. So the left arm now really, really high. Your hands on the club now working up and outside that green line. So when you're coming back down now, you're coming on a very, very steep angle. From there now, it's almost impossible to square the club face out. The best you could hope for is you sort of get a lot of hand action impact, and the ball sort of starts somewhere just left of target, and then you might get some sort of drift back to the fairway if we're lucky. More often than not, the ball's going to be shooting off to the right there, or you really try and fight the hands, and at worst case, the ball just shoots way to the left. Okay, but if we compare that now, put the lines back on. If we compare that to this line as you go back, you can see your hands now. Much different position, yeah. So you compare those two positions at the top there, just the fact your left arm and your head relationship sort of thing. Even with the lines not being there, you could see your right elbow's down a bit more. You've turned a lot better. The club now is more across your shoulder plane, as we said there. Much better position. And from there, you've now got a chance to bring that golf club back down more from the inside of the club. Now you can see tracking into the golf ball on a straighter angle. Compare that to this, was a lot steeper. That club's now coming across the golf ball. You can just see on that position there now, the frame before, that club's coming in from a different, that's underneath his shoulders, coming more from here and that way, able to square the club. This one's coming from a lot steeper, hence why that 7-iron probably dented the mat quite hard and may have broken or damaged in that instance again. Yes, it's a big bump. It's a bigger bump now anyway. So yeah, so we can get that left arm going a little bit lower. If a golf ball still starts drifting a little bit to the right, a couple of things could be happening. One, you could be reverting back to your old position with being too high with the arms, or you could be getting the club working back on a better position, but just the club now coming back on a nice into square to in path, because you're not used to releasing the club because you haven't been able to in the past. The club's a little bit open. If it's a good strike and just drifting off to the right, it's probably more the latter, just not releasing the club. Whereas this position, you physically can't release the club on this left-hand side, so your body's not been used to doing that. Okay? Now it can do it, doesn't mean it automatically will. If it's a heavy, thumpy, solid hit at the match strike and it goes off to the right, it's old steep swing more often than not. If it's a reasonably good contact of the mat and just drifting off to the right, probably more the fact you just haven't released your arms to impact there and the club's just a little bit open. Okay, the club's going on a good path and it just starts a little bit right to target and just drifts off to the right there. Okay, it's not a massively right shot, but it's certainly right, obviously. Make sense?
Yes.
Good. Okay, a couple more then, mate, and then we'll see how these go.